Hello everyone, welcome back to week 9 of our course on React.js fundamentals. In part 1, we explored what React is, why it's used and how concepts like the virtual DOM and component-based architecture makes React a powerful tool for building modern user interfaces. Today, in part 2, we are shifting gears to something more practical, how to set up a modern React project using Vite, which is a fast and efficient alternative to the traditional create React app method. We will understand why developers use Vite and go through a hands-on demonstration. Here is what we are going to cover in this session. First, we will establish the objective of this session. We will dig into the newer, faster alternative Vite and advantages of using Vite and why it's becoming the go-to choices for modern front-end tooling. Next, I will walk you through a quick demonstration including checking your environment setup, creating a Vite project and exploring its structure. Finally, we will wrap it up with a summary of what you have learned. The objective of this session is twofold. First is to learn how to scaffold a modern React app using Vite from scratch. Second, to understand the structure and workflow of a Vite based React project, which will be the foundation for the projects we will be building going forward. Now, why Vite? Let us take a look at why Vite is such a compelling choice. First, faster development server. Vite leverages native ES modules, meaning it doesn't need to bundle your entire app during development. Instead, it serves files on demand, so the dev server start is almost instantly. Plus, it features hot module replacement or HMR, which means changes you make in your code are reflected in the browser almost immediately without a full reload. Second, faster production build. Vite internally uses Rollup, a powerful bundler optimized for production. It produces highly optimized smaller bundles and supports modern JS features out of the box. Third, modern features. Vite has first-class support for technologies like TypeScript, JSX, CSS modules, Post CSS and more right out of the box. That means less time configuring and more time building. Lastly, it's ideal for both prototyping and scaling. Whether you are creating a quick proof of concept or a full-blown application, Vite's efficiency helps you move fast and stay productive. Now, let us walk through the setup process using Vite. So, here we will be checking the node and npm version, then we will be installing Vite, then we will see the project structure overview, then we will see how to run the development server using Vite. Now, let us walk through the setup process using Vite. First, make sure you have Node.js and npm installed. For that, we will run these commands. So, here you see I have one folder React and I have opened VS Code in that folder. Okay. Now, we will check whether Node and npm are installed in our system and we will check their versions. So, for that I will write node-v, I will hit enter. Okay. So, it shows the Node version. Now, for npm I will write npm-v, then I will hit enter. Then here it will show my npm version. Make sure that you are opening this terminal in command prompt. Okay. Now, we will start creating a Vite project and we will use npm to scaffold a new Vite project with the following command. So, first you will need to install Vite. So, for that we will use npm install Vite@latest. So, it will install the latest version of Vite in your system. Then you will press enter button. So, here you will see that it is getting installed, it will take some time. Okay. So, the Vite has installed in our system. Now, to create this Vite project, we will use command npm create Vite @latest. Okay, so here right now you will see we don't have any folder or something created, but here when I hit enter, you will see that it will start creating a project. So in case of HTML, we know there is something called as boilerplate. Similarly here in case of React project, we will have some predefined folders and files. So right now when I use this command npm create Vite @latest, so here you will see it will ask for a project name. Suppose I will give my project name as my app. Okay. When I hit enter, then it will ask us to select a framework. So here as we are using React, so I will use my arrow button to select this framework. So here I will be using React, then I will click on enter button. Now after that here it will ask you for a variant. So for simplicity I will be using JavaScript. So here you see I have selected JavaScript, I will hit enter. Now here you will see this folder is created in our system and it has name my app because I have used my project name as my app. So here you see it has created a folder which has name my app. So what I said, in HTML we have a boilerplate. Similarly in case of React project, we will start off with predefined folders and files. So here you see certain files are there. Here we have index.html, here we have package.json which has our dependencies, but here you see we don't have any node modules. So for that purpose we will be using certain commands. So here you see it also suggests certain commands. Okay. So first we will go to our app. So for that purpose I will write cd my app. Then to install the node modules I will write npm install. Okay. So here it will take some time to install the node modules. So here right now you see these node modules are created in your system. Okay. Now after that I will write npm run dev to run this. When I hit enter, you will see it has started running. Here it suggests this link. Okay, we will go to this link. So here you will see this is our Vite project. Okay, and here you will see the port number is 5173. Here this is the basic page and this page is coming from index.html page. So we will first go through that. So here you will see that this is the folder my app which I have created. Now inside this you will find certain files. So here we have this src. Inside this you will see app.css, app.jsx, index.css file, main.jsx file. Okay. So here we have this file index.html file. Let me minimize this. Okay. So here this is the index.html file which is getting rendered over here. Okay. This thing is coming from index.html. You can also inspect and you can check. So here if you see, this is my body, here I have this root element. Okay. Now if I go back to my code, here you will see inside this index.html file we have this division which has id equals to root. Okay. Then we have this script file. So this index.html file has basically two things. The first thing is this division where our app component will be mounted, and here we have this script file. So we have attached this main.jsx file with this index.html. Now we will see what is there in main.jsx file. So here these are our important files, that is app.jsx, index.css, main.jsx file. Okay. Now we will go to our main.jsx file. Now here you will see certain things are imported. Basically what it says, that we have to get this root element, and here we have to mount this app inside this root element. Okay. So from where this app is coming? This app is coming from app.jsx file. Also index.css file is imported here. Okay. Now we will go to this app.jsx file. Okay. So inside this app.jsx file, again we see certain things are imported. Okay. So here basically you see one function, it has count. Okay. Then here you will see certain things. Okay. So basically this is an app component. Okay. Whatever you are seeing, whatever you can see on that index.html page, which is defined inside that root element, that is coming from here. Okay. So here this is my app component, and I have mounted this app component inside my index.html file inside this root element. Okay. So always in my index.html file I will have this one root element. Okay, and I will be mounting my app inside this division. Okay. Then here we have this main.jsx file. This main.jsx file imports this app.jsx file. So here you will see, so this main.jsx file imports this app.jsx file which has our component. Now what is this JSX? Now components are made up of three things: HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So basically JSX is writing HTML inside JavaScript, we call it as JSX. So we have three components. So app component has three elements, that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. We have combined HTML with JavaScript, we call it as JSX. Then we have CSS. So for that purpose here you will see two files, that is app.css file and app.jsx file. So as I said, this JSX is a combination of JavaScript and HTML. Then the file which gives styling to this app.jsx file is app.css file. Okay, it has all the stylings which is given to app.jsx file. Then we have this index.css file which gives styling to this index.html page. Okay. So basically these are my important files. So we have the index.html page which has our root element. Okay, and we will be mounting our app component, inside this root element. Then we have the main.jsx file which imports the app.jsx file, and here we have this piece of code which says that you have to get root element and you have to mount our app component inside that root element. Okay, and if we go to app.jsx file, here we have defined our component. Basically it is written in JSX. As I said, it is a combination of JavaScript and HTML. Now there is a tool called Babel. Here inside this node modules you will see this is Babel, which is a tool which is used to convert the JSX file into JavaScript file. So these things will happen internally. Okay, and now this is getting rendered on this link. Okay, so we have already seen this link. So here these things are coming from my index.html page. Okay, this says wheat, this says React, this is a symbol for wheat, this is for React. Okay, so here I can see the count. Okay, then here, so all these things are coming from index.html page. So if we again go to our index.html page, here we have this root element. Here we will be mounting our app component. Then here you can see this script file which is getting attached to this index.html file. So if I go to my main.jsx file, here we have imported certain things. We have also imported app.jsx file. So this app.jsx file stores our app component. Okay, and here as I said, this component consists of three things, that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The way of writing HTML directly inside the JavaScript, we call it as JSX. Now CSS is remaining. For that we have app.css file, and app.jsx file will have a JavaScript and HTML code. And here this code says simply says to render this app component inside this root element. Okay, if I go to my app.jsx file, here you will see this is my app component. Okay, we have imported app.css file over here. Here we have this app component. We will be defining our components inside this app.jsx file, and here this is the app.css file which is used to style this app.jsx, and we have this index.css file which will give styling to my index.html. So, main.jsx is my entry point, app.jsx is my main component. I will be writing my all the components inside my app.jsx file. Then here we have white.config.js where we have our project's config file. Okay, everything is lightweight and easy to understand. This is how React project is created. Now let's wrap up what we have covered in today's session. You have learned why Vite is faster thanks to native ES modules, on-demand serving and optimized production builds using rollup. We went through a hands-on demo setting up a React project with Vite, running the dev server and exploring the file structure. In short, Vite is a tool built for the modern web, offering speed, simplicity and scalability, and it's a great way to kick off your React projects. Thanks for tuning in, and in our next session, we will dive deeper into React component structure and start building interactive UIs together.